Okay, part 2 to hiring your first employee. Okay, you got everything figured out. You're going to do this. We are going to assume that you're not going to hire friends and family. A lot of guys start that way. I started that way, but I want to kind of bypass that for you. If you want to go that route, that's fine. But what I'm talking about is like, I'm talking about hiring somebody that like you don't know them from Adam. Like you're doing this legitimately. Like you're actually trying to run a real company and set yourself up to eventually start hiring people that you have no relationship to whatsoever. And you got to just kind of stand on your own merit. Your company kind of has to stand on its own. That is what we're talking about. So what do? Here's what you do. You go to your local social media, your Facebook groups, your local contractor groups. Your city and your area and your town is going to have these local contractor groups. You're going to go out there and then you're going to put out an ad saying, hey, this is why you should come work for my company. I'm looking to hire somebody for X amount of hours. These are all the benefits to working with me. We're going to pay you really well. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to have some people reach out to you, okay? And what the heck do you do with that? Do you like interview people? No, that's dumb. That's dumb. Dude, you're a solo guy. You're trying to just get the ball rolling. Look, I understand that an interview process is beneficial to bigger companies and you have these systems in place, but that's not what we're talking about. If you start like trying to interview somebody, like they're going to look at you like, dude, are you psycho? Like, what's wrong with you? So here's what you do. I tell them, I say, hey, why don't you come out Monday morning and ride along with me? You can work with me and the crew and see if this is going to be a good fit for us. That does a couple things. It takes the pressure off of them, and it takes the pressure off of you. It takes just the obligation of like, look, dude, I'm not committing to you. I don't know, like just because you said you're good at lawn care, I'm not going to offer you to pay you, X amount of dollars, and then I commit to you, and then you come out here and you're horrible. Like, no. Let's ride around and let's just see if we're compatible. If I got to be riding around with you all day in my truck, or like you're riding around with some of our crew, like you at least need to be like compatible with us. So let's ride around for half a day together, maybe a whole day. We'll see how we work together. We'll just kind of, I'll pay you really well, and we'll kind of go from there. After the day's over, you can decide if this is something you want to do. I can show you what kind of lawns that we service, what our route looks like, a day-to-day, just like day in the life of working with Florida Turf Pros. And you might get at the end of the day, dude, and say, hey man, y'all are crazy. Y'all are mowing way too much grass. Like, I don't want to do this. Or you might say, hey, out of all the other lawn care companies out there, like, dude, y'all guys are doing it really well. I want to come to work for you. Now, that is the ideal scenario. And here's the cold, hard truth of the situation. You're going to have to go through about, I'd say, a dozen guys until you find one that checks these boxes that I'm about to share with you. I look for 3 things whenever I'm bringing on somebody to my company, okay? I stole these from Warren Buffett a long time ago just because I thought it was so simple and it was so easy to relate to. But he said something that has always stood out to me, and he was dead nuts on it. And here it is. I look for people who are intelligent or have common sense. That's number 1. Number 2, who are motivated or have good positive energy. And number 3, they're of high moral character, okay? If I have ever messed up on hiring in the past, it's always been because of one of those 3. I've hired somebody with no common sense, I hired somebody that didn't have good moral character, or I hired somebody who just didn't have good energy. They're lazy. And whenever I've kept people around for too long, it's always because I kept them around and they didn't have no common sense, or they didn't have good moral character, or they just didn't have the work ethic, the positive energy that we need. Yes, I would love somebody to have the utmost experience and those types of things, but look, in all transparency, man, I hired somebody from our church a while back that had great moral character, seemed like an absolutely wonderful person. They had good energy, positive energy. They couldn't follow directions, though. They had no common sense. Like, if I tell you to freaking put safety glasses on because, like, that's my policy and you can't do that, you can't work with me. So that's what I'm looking for. Common sense and somebody who has positive energy and somebody who is of good moral character, okay? If I can find that person, I will train you. If you don't know the first thing about lawn care, I will train you. I will take a loss for a month, even a month and a half, getting you up to speed, training you to do that. Because if you have those 3 qualities, you're somebody who I can count on. So you've put out your little ad, you've had a couple guys say, hey, they're going to, and you can do it like this, man. You can say, hey, I'm going to string these guys up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to have somebody different ride along with me every single day, okay? And those are the things that you are looking for in them, all right? If you can identify that they check all those boxes, they are somebody that you want to invest in. Because make no mistake about it, you are investing in them, especially if you are getting them up to speed and they do not really know how to do this line of work. Where have I had good luck finding employees? I have successfully employed several firefighters. They have a lot of time off. Those guys, they usually check all the boxes. I've hired a lot of folks from our church, not like personal friends from our church, but like somebody knows somebody who knows somebody that needs a job type thing, and I just made that connection from our church. And here's the thing, once you get one good employee, typically that person, that employee, they are surrounded by other good people who have common sense, all right, who are positive people, who are of high moral character. Typically, if you find a good employee, they're surrounded by other good employees. So you can ask them, hey, do any of your friends, would they be a good fit for our company? Would they like to come and earn good money and learn how to do this? Typically, that good employee has a little circle of friends of like 2-3 people that come to his mind like, yeah, old Brian over here would love to jump on and do this. So then guess what? Brian, you bring him on, and now there is a much greater likelihood that Brian is going to be somebody with what? Common sense, of good moral character and positive energy. You see how that works? And then Brian's got 3 or 4 of his friends. So in essence, that is the way that it works, okay? Now here's the thing. If you hire a dirtbag, guess what other kind of people that person is going to be bringing on to your business? Probably other dirtbags. Guys, I've made these mistakes before, okay? I don't want you to make them. Do not get so desperate that you just hire the next warm freaking body out there that can breathe. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're looking for people with certain traits. Everybody gets so freaked out about like, oh my God, how do I do payroll taxes and all that stuff? Guys, it's so easy. It's so easy to do. Like, and I understand it's scary, but it's unbelievably easy. Just once you figure it out. And if you want that, if you want me to do a part 3 video, like actually how to set up payroll or whatever, I can show you literally how easy that is to do. You're completely legit, completely legal. You're withholding payroll taxes. It's all the things, okay? And I realize some of you are far and above that, and you have like, dude, I know how to freaking run payroll and all that. And there's a lot of people that don't know. Like, they're scared. Like, how in the world do I do that? Like, it's easy, man. And if y'all want me to cover that, just let me know, and I will cover it for you. I have made a lot of mistakes when hiring people, but I've also figured some things out. And I'll tell you what, man, if you will just kind of like listen to what I've said in this video, you will bypass a lot of those road bumps in hiring duds, because Lord knows I've done it.